Welcome back to The Rhode Show. This morning in The Buzz, brought to you by The Comedy Connection. Now, in a recent poll, 32% of people say they learned nothing at all about finances in school. Now, in the same study, 55% of people admit to relying on Google more than formal education.
Now, over 80% of adults would be willing to take a crash course on learning things such as managing personal finance, filing taxes, or home buying and mortgages.
That's right. So other areas of improvement include how to write a resume, how to change oil in a car, and even how to cook.
That's a good thing. Respondents also believe all of these topics should be taught in school, along with workplace etiquette. Oh, Lord knows we need that. Doing laundry and relationship guidance as well.
I will say they took home ec out of the high school, and I thought that was not a good idea.
That's not a good idea.
Because how to cook, how to do things, you know, in like your home and your kitchen.
Right.
Those are essential skills.
Right. I agree with all of that. There's so many things that I did supposedly learn in school that I've had zero use for.
Yeah.
Like no use for. I would have rather have done that, like personal finance or, you know, balancing checkbooks or something like that, or learning, you know, about buying homes, and that's what I would have rather
That's what you'd rather have done.
than a lot of the junk that I didn't need.
And listen, having kids in school right now, I really wish that there were more classes on safety for social media.
Right.
Even how to properly use social media.
Right.
I mean, you know, we come from a family that we built a family business around social media, but now this next generation is coming up where they genuinely they don't want to know what a 401k is because they're going to be quote unquote social media entrepreneurs.
Yeah, well,
then let's teach these kids how to do that in like classes, not just like maybe little one-offs.
Right.
So there's things that I feel like as the waves, you know, go along.
The waves change. That a lot of the schools haven't changed along with it. I was in summer school for multiple times for even algebra.
Yeah.
I have never, ever.
You haven't had to do X plus Y
ever used algebra in my life.
Yeah.
Like I've never had to use that.
We should have somebody on telling us the exact reason.
I have never had to use
fundamentals of algebra 1, 2, geometry, and trig need to be used.
Never have I used that. I would have rather taken a course in how to make sure my resume was.
Yeah, that's a very important skill.
Which was right. How to file taxes, which would have been fine. How to invest, which would have been much better, you know, for me.
And I feel like too, like you know, especially now doing internships, I feel like they had more of that for kids in high school.
Yes.
Because then when you go on to college, you're supposed to pick like a major or a concentration. You kind of pick something, but you never had life experience within it.
There's so many kids who graduate even high school or just graduate college. They get out, and I'm like, what? Like we've had interns, and I'm like, what did they teach you? Yeah. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, and they really are. They're so young.
And you paid how much for this? What is going on? What is going on? I don't get it. Brendan, of course, as you taken to school.
Well, the student has to be, you know, willing to want to learn. Right. So I mean, it's just like, okay, you can have the best curriculum in the world, but if the student is a slacker, they're not going to want to learn. But you got to really, just be willing to. I don't know what to say about this, because I feel like when you're 17, what is important to you is not the same as when you're 37 or 47. Right. So it's kind of a delicate balance. I think the purpose of this when you're in school is to kind of teach you how to manage your time a little bit. Maybe that's supposed to be the takeaway. But what do I know?
Right.
Let's check in with our viewers. Perhaps they know much more than I do about this topic. Perhaps they learned something. Let's check it out right now. Dennis is up first. Here we go. He says, I wish they had cooking classes back in the 70s, but watching my mom and aunts, I turned out to be a pretty decent cook and never got anyone ill. Well, there you go. That's a victory.
That's a win.
What an endorsement.
That's a win.
He never got anyone sick. I don't know how it tasted, but no one went running to the bathroom. Nathan points out an important one. How to spot false information should be a must. There you go. That's becoming a new thing. Yeah, we're on the phones and everything. Renee adds simply, they should teach life skills. There you go. And Linda closes out the comments today with, I wish that they had taught CPR in school.
Also good.
Very important thing. We're talking about today in first aid.
Definitely. Very valuable life skill right there. I wish I knew CPR so I could revive some of my segments. Anyway, thanks for chiming in, everyone, and please keep those comments coming, and they might be shown right here on the air. Leave your comment on our Facebook, X, or Instagram pages, and you never know, I may read yours and then cough right here on the air. Polish the Emmy now.